Let's not kid ourselves here. People say they want change, that they're ready for something different. They talk about needing a monster, someone who's unafraid to tear down the old ways and build something new. They think they want someone who'll do the dirty work, someone who'll take on the ugliness of the world and come out swinging. But here's the cold, hard truth. They don't know what they're asking for. They think they want a monster, but they don't understand that monsters aren't born, they're made. And when you create a monster, you better be ready for the consequences, because once unleashed, there's no going back. You see, I've been there. I've walked that dark path. There was a time when I was just like everyone else, trying to play by the rules, trying to fit in, trying to be what everyone expected. But life has a way of twisting you, of warping your ideals until you hardly recognize yourself. I've faced betrayals, been pushed to the brink and found myself in situations where the only way out was to become something different. Something harder, colder. I didn't choose to become this way. Life shaped me, molded me, forged me in the fires of hardship and betrayal until I became the very thing people now whisper about. A monster in their eyes, but a survivor in mine. Kid, I know you feel it too. That rage bubbling under the surface. That deep, gnawing sense of injustice that keeps you up at night. You're tired of being pushed around, tired of playing nice in a world that rewards the ruthless. And you know what? I get it. I've been there, feeling like the whole world is stacked against you, like you're the only one who sees the truth. You're not alone in this, kid. There are more of us out there, more people who've been pushed too far, who've seen too much, and who've had to become something darker just to survive. You and I, we're not so different. We're products of a world that demands monsters to fight monsters. Here's the thing, though. They asked for a monster, but they don't realize they already got one. Because you've been holding back. You've been trying to keep that side of you in check, trying to play by the rules, trying to be something you're not. But why? What's the point of holding back when the world doesn't care about fairness? When it's the strong who survive. Embrace what you are. Stop hiding your power. Stop pretending you're something you're not. You've got a fire inside you. A fire that can burn down the obstacles in your way. They wanted a monster. Well, maybe it's time to show them what one really looks like. Don't listen to those who tell you to tone it down, to be more like everyone else. They're afraid of what you can become because they know they can't control it. They know that once you unleash your true potential, there's no going back to the way things were. Don't let them make you small. Don't let them convince you that being powerful, being different is something to be ashamed of. The world isn't kind to the weak, and if you let them, they'll chew you up and spit you out without a second thought. They want to tame you, to turn you into something that fits their mold. But you're better than that. You're stronger than that. Don't let them win. Look around you, kid. We're not alone in this fight. There are others like us. Others who've been pushed too far, who've been forced to become something harder, something darker just to survive. We've all got our battles, our scars, our demons. And it's in that shared struggle that we find our strength. We're not monsters because we enjoy the darkness. We're monsters because the world made us this way. And now we're just playing the hand we've been dealt. Together, we're stronger. Together we can stand against the tide, against those who would try to put us back in our place. Together, We can show them what happens when you push people too far. I knew a guy once. Good guy, strong, full of potential. But he was too nice, too trusting. He thought he could make it by playing by the rules, by being the kind of person everyone wanted him to be. But the world doesn't reward that kind of kindness. It chewed him up and spat him out, left him broken and hollow. I tried to warn him, tried to tell him that he needed to toughen up, to embrace the part of him that was willing to fight back. But he didn't listen. He thought he could make it without becoming like the rest of us. And now, he's gone, a casualty of a world that doesn't care. I tell you this because I don't want you to end up like him. I don't want you to be another name on the list of those who tried to play nice and lost everything for it. There's a warrior inside you, kid. A fighter who's ready to take on the world. Who's ready to do what needs to be done. Being a warrior isn't about physical strength or skill. It's about mental toughness, about the willingness to do what others won't. It's about embracing the darkness inside you and using it to your advantage. They asked for a monster, but what they really need is a warrior. Someone who can walk that fine line between light and dark. Between mercy and ruthlessness. You can be that warrior, kid. You can be the one who fights back, who refuses to be broken, who takes what life throws at them and comes out stronger on the other side. Don't forget who you are, kid. You're stronger than you think, tougher than they'll ever know. You've got the resilience to withstand whatever life throws at you, the strength to keep going when others would fall. They may call you a monster, but that's just because they don't understand the fire that burns inside you. They don't see the strength it takes to survive in a world that's constantly trying to beat you down. But you see it, you feel it, and that's all that matters. You've got what it takes to not just survive, but to thrive. Don't ever doubt that. So here's what I want you to do, kid. Stop holding back. Stop letting them dictate who you should be. Embrace the power that's inside you. The strength that's been forged in the fires of your experiences. They asked for a monster, so give them one. Show them what happens when you push someone too far. When you try to cage something that was never meant to be tamed. Let them see the warrior that you are. The fighter who refuses to be broken. Stand tall, stand proud, and don't ever let them make you feel like you need to be anything less than exactly who you are. The world needs people like us. People who aren't afraid to fight, who aren't afraid to be strong, who aren't afraid to embrace their true selves. In the end, it's about more than just surviving. It's about thriving in a world that would rather see us broken. It's about standing together, strong and unyielding, refusing to be beaten down by the expectations of others. We're not monsters because we want to be. We're monsters because the world made us this way. And now we're using that strength to carve out a place for ourselves. So stand with me, kid. Stand with all of us who've had to become something more just to make it through the day. They asked for a monster, but they already got one. They got you. And with you, they got someone who's going to change the game. Remember, you're not alone in this. We're all in it together. And together, we're unstoppable.